Hi, hello, and welcome to yet another episode of IPL Titbits with Gully Cricket. So, Shash, it was a must-win for DC, and they won it. And how? Like two of their star players, foreign players, David Warner and Mitchell Marsh, gave them the much-needed start and won the game. So, talk about that chase, Shash.
Yeah, they didn't get off to an ideal start, losing KS Bharat in the first over itself. I think he went for that shot a little too early, you can say, because
Hmm.
the pitch has some bounce and a little bit of pace. You have to be always a little careful in Mumbai because of the humid weather, the ball tends to do a little bit almost every time, especially under the lights. Yeah. So you sort of thought, okay, oh God, like Delhi has lost a wicket so early, and how are they going to go about now? But it seemed like the Aussie World Cup winning, couple sort of knew how to take things forward from there, right? So Warner surprisingly played an anchor's role because he's an attacking batsman. I think they sort of understood their roles quite. I think they were very clear in the roles defined for each of them. You could see that, like I think this is the reason why they bought Mitchell Marsh in, to play this kind of impact innings, and this guy can score all around the wicket. So that is where if you saw like he took on someone like Chahal and Ashwin, who have been the main wreckers in chief in the middle overs. So he made sure that he took them on and didn't allow them to settle. So in that way, you can say that Delhi got home comfortably with just 2 overs to spare.
Yeah, and like you told, in the last few matches, we've seen that they're losing their first wicket quite early, ever since Prithvi Shaw stopped playing for Delhi. And same was the
Correct.
case with Rajasthan yesterday. They lost their first wicket quite early, and then they sent in Ashwin. Now, although he got
Mhm.
50 and played an anchor's role, there were players like Vander Dussen and Sanju who could strike faster, and it felt like Ashwin stayed on the crease for a bit longer than he should have. What do you think of this strategy,
Mm.
Shaz?
Yeah, they can tend to be on an experimental side. So there were some funny or cheeky comments that also have come in social media where people have said that Ashwin experimental lab is the IPL, where he can do
Yeah.
whatever he wishes to. Because if you also saw the stance that he was standing with, it was quite unusual. You don't
Mm.
see someone back with those type of stance. So this guy always has a bag of tricks. I'm sure he would have been one of the people involved in making the decision along with maybe the coaching staff like Sangakkara and others. Yeah, on the hindsight, if you look at it, you feel like was it the right move or not? So because I think clearly RR were short by at least 20-25 runs on a pitch. The death overs, them not getting runs also did not help. I think Vander Dussen sort of struggled in the end because I think Thakur was bowling well, but he did dish out some length balls which he missed out on. So I think, as you said, if you have a look at it, maybe sending Ashwin maybe was not the right move yesterday because they didn't end up on the winning side. Uh, yeah, those 20-25 runs definitely hurt them.
Yeah, so it was DY Patil, and you need at least 180, 180 to defend the
Yeah,
target.
yeah.
So, but Mitchell Marsh, chased it out within no time,
He's.
and rightfully was the man of the match. And we got two entries for that Shash, and one of them was even before the match started. So
Mm-hmm.
I have the names on the
Should
winning
call that
board.
guy to the show. Maybe he knows who's winning also.
Yeah, he's commenting every day before the match starts actually, and he's going
Yeah.
to. Yeah, this might be the second time he wins it. So.
Okay, let's see what the wheel has to say.
Mhm.
All right. It's Anthony Francis. Is it the guy who
Yeah,
predicted before the game?
yeah.
So, yeah, he seems like a soothsayer, right? He already knows what's coming.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Let's see.
congratulations, Anthony. I must say, you're being quite brave by predicting even before the game begins. That sort of shows the confidence that you have in your predictions or even understanding the game as well. Well done again.
Yeah, congratulations. And we have another game today, so let's get on to that, Shash. So we have the El
Yeah.
Clásico of IPL tonight. Nine trophies between the two, but they're fighting to possibly avoid the last position on the points table. So,
Correct.
Shash, we talk so much about what happens on the field, But there's something that's happening off the field as well. Ishan Kishan
Mhm.
today gave a statement that it's not my fault that I went for big money. Now, this was in reply
Correct.
to Shane Watson, but this is
Mm.
definitely a huge amount that Mumbai have paid for him. And what do
Mhm.
you think, Shaz? The returns have not been quite impressive. So, what's your opinion on this whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, see, it sort of becomes a cliche, you can say, that when someone is bought for a big amount, it's like the team expects, or it's like mandatory for them to perform. We've seen it in the past, like when Yuvraj Singh was bought for close to 15 crore or 16 crore
Hmm.
by RCB, he did not have a good season. And I think there are a few cricketers like that, who have succumbed to the pressure of money as well, because I think the expectations are a lot higher, and I think that sort of plays a part in them not performing as well. Because Ishan has himself mentioned that he did speak to the likes of Rohit and Virat, on how to deal with such things, because they too were bought for huge amounts when they were young. So they definitely would have some advice to give to him. I think what he said was they told him, like, you don't have to worry a lot about this. Leave out the external noise and think about what you got to do. All right, like how you got to get better and score runs, because there'll always be people talking or commenting. And yeah, I mean, I think another thing that he also mentioned was probably stop reading the comments, that people make. That can tend to affect as well, because if you like listen to too many people, then you will be confused yourself. So in that way, what I would like to say is, it's not a guarantee, that if someone is paid higher, huge amounts, that they will perform. I think it's just like a backing or trust that the management or the team has, that if we invest in this sort of player, we will get the returns. If not, like maybe immediately, but over a period of time.
All right. So, Shaz, you told that if you buy someone for such a huge price, there'll be that performance pressure on them. But is there also pressure on the management? Because see, he's not been performing throughout the season, and they've not yet dropped him. So, is it because they've paid a lot of
Mhm.
amount that they're not dropping him?
I don't know, how things work out in that way, because we actually don't know what's happening inside the dressing room, right? We can only make assumptions
Mhm.
as to that these might be the things. Maybe it might be the case that they feel the pressure that like we paid him so much and he has to play. Whether that's written and given to him before the start of the tournament is what we don't know. Like irrespective of how you play, we're going to play you 14 games. I mean, you can sort of tell that verbally, but again, the player has to perform. Now, if he's not performing, then the question raises, right? Because everyone's eyes will be on him, considering that, as you mentioned, the money. People will talk about, what is the point? Like even let's say Hasaranga as well,
Mhm.
as we have a classic case. He was taken in as an all-rounder, but he's not done anything of note with the bat. But I think he's managed to win RCB a few games. So in that way, you can say it's not a bad deal in a way, right? So yeah, that's about it. Is what I would like to say. Whether it is for that or whether they back in his abilities, that he'll come good at some point of time. Maybe the reason why he's getting such a long run.
All right. Maybe like Tim David, we see some match-winning knocks from him in the last few games. So,
Yeah.
Shaz, that brings me to the final question. Now, both the teams have to win, and Chennai needs this win more importantly because they need to stay alive in the competition. But Mumbai has nothing to
Mhm.
lose. So, what do you think? Who's
Correct.
gonna win tonight?
Uh, Maybe just going on the recent form, or like let's say the margin of wins that they have. Like let's say Chennai, where they won quite comfortably against Delhi Capitals, who are much
Mhm.
higher in the table. That might tilt my what shall I say? Tilt my side towards Chennai is what I would say, because they would be high on confidence.
Mhm.
In fact, Jadeja has been ruled out of the IPL because of injury. So now, who are they going to replace? I think Santner might be an option that they may think about, sort of like for like replacement, you can say. Someone who keeps it tight and can also hit the ball as well. But again, if you're bringing him, then which? overseas player are going to leave out.
Mm,
So these are some things that need to be seen. Yeah, talking about that, Mumbai, they they're trying to find their feet is what I would like to say. Now the top order has still not been in the best of forms, or Ishan did play like an innings last match where he scored 40 odd, but again, it was not like the devastating innings that we expect to see of him. Because I think he's a little confused himself, like how to go about things, whether go all out or be measured. I think he's somewhere stuck in between.
mm.
Uh, I think that is what is also probably not allowing him to play freely as well. So and yeah, I think in Pollard, Mumbai have a big headache because he's not performed this season at all. Someone who's been a veteran for the Mumbai team for almost close to 10 years, uh, I think his like downfall has been quite a bit of a problem, especially in the middle order, because he would anchor the innings and also, when required, also play the big shots. So his dip in form has definitely hampered Mumbai's chances throughout the tournament. So yeah, taking all this into consideration, I'd give a slight edge to Chennai.
All right. But a lot of Mumbai versus CSK matches, it has been Pollard who's been performing. At least, if not with the
Correct.
bat, it's been with the fielding. He's taken a lot of catches
Hmm.
and won the game. So
Maybe today's the night.
yeah, maybe. And yeah, we can expect an exciting contest because a lot of Mumbai CSK matches have been like close finishes, and this has been one
Mhm.
of champions versus champions. So that's it from our preview, guys. And don't forget, we do have the man of the match contest. So Shash, can you please tell the viewers the rules?
Correct. Yeah, as I've been saying it every day, it's you need to predict the man of the match within the first ball of the second innings, and stand a chance to win an Amazon voucher worth 200 rupees. So keep
Yeah,
predicting and commenting this. Yeah,
yeah. Some of our viewers have won like 4, 5 vouchers each. So you do have a chance. There are like 20 games left, so you can win a lot. So yeah, and do share and subscribe our video, and we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.